Fuck. Hello there, guys! I'm not a banana, obviously, and this week is National Tourette's Awareness Week in Australia. So, I wanted to do a topic that's already been done to death. Coprolalia. So, for those who don't know, Coprolalia is the term used for profanity. The tics that are considered swearing, or tics like swearing, or blurting out threats, are considered under Coprolalia. If it's offensive, it is Coprolalia. The term used for offensive gestures, by the way, is called Coprolalia. And for those who have the tics that they write involuntary profanity, this is called Coprolalia. Fuck, wanker, duck, ducky, ducky. Fuck off, wanker. I've got stickers. I do have stickers. If you catch me at uni, you can have a sticker. So, yeah, this week is Tourette's Awareness Week, and I want to talk about this. I want to talk about what Coprolalia is, what are some of my coprolalic tics, as well as how my coprolalia personally started. Fuck off. I'm not talking about anything. I'm making shit up on the spot. I'm not. So coprolalia is, as I said, is the profanity. It is the most recognized aspects of Tourette syndrome, and it is both the most accepted and the most stigmatized aspect in the Tourette's community. What do I mean? Well, outside of the Tourette's community, most people accept coprolalia as a part of Tourette's. Honestly, most people accept this as the only aspect of Tourette's, which, although is a misconception, does make people with coprolalia does make their life a little bit easier. When people accept that swearing and involuntary swearing, due to the media coverage around that, as a part of Tourette syndrome, it makes people like me who do have coprolalia, our lives a lot more interesting and a lot more accepting. On the other hand, coprolalia is heavily stigmatized in the Tourette's community. What do I mean by that? There is so often a push to emphasize that not everybody has it. That a lot of the people in the community feel sort of left out because of it. What do I mean? If you're in the community, think about how many times you've heard the sentence, "Oh, but it's not swearing. Tourette's isn't just swearing. It's not... I have Tourette's, but not the swearing kind." There's this group of people who are now starting to take offense to this. Particularly because those of us who do so involuntarily. You have people so worried, parents so worried that their children are going to start swearing, they forget that it is a genuine side of Tourette's, and that it's an aspect which many people experience. Fuck. Wanker. Ducky. Honestly, the swearing isn't even the worst part. It can add to a lot of the humour of it. But, you know, coprolalia is only experienced by about 10 to 15%. And for those who have it, it makes life a little bit more difficult. Meaning so that people don't appreciate you swearing around them. It sort of limits your career choices if you want to work with children. The other aspect is it means that if people like me who post videos aren't believed that they have Tourette syndrome within the community because their coprolalia presents the way it does. If you want evidence of this, have a look at some of my videos. You'll see if I'm swearing in it, I get accused of faking. This, a large aspect is because people don't believe that you can't control the words you use. Granted, it's not normal to be randomly blurting out words, swearing or not. For most people within the Tourette's community, they make a few faces, jerk the head a bit, make a few odd noises. Coprolalia is one of the more severe symptoms of Tourette syndrome. But it isn't the only one. For me, my coprolalia started as a bananas. Circle. For me, my coprolalia started as a different form of tic. Along with coprolalia, another aspect of Tourette syndrome is a category called echolalia. This is where a person mimics or repeats words or phrases. Repeats sounds, words, or phrases. For me, this is a large element of my Tourette syndrome and is one of the main causes of my coprolalia. What do I mean? Well, I didn't start swearing until one of my classmates decided to stand there and scream swear words at me until I copied it. I was between exams, and I had a study session for my drama class. Fuck off, wanker. Fuck off, fuck off. Duck, ducky. For me, as I said, I was between the drama exams, and I was studying for this exam, and I made a joke about going past a dog and starting to bark. Fuck. So my classmates wanted to see how far they could take this. They stood there screaming profanity at me for at least an hour until I picked up some of the swear words. Fuck off, wanker. This, you know what? A lot of people, when I tell them, they consider it abusive. I don't. I consider it a part of my classroom dynamic. There is a very good explanation for that. This was a class where nothing was off limits to be picked on. My nickname was Twitchy, and Twitchy. And everybody had something they could be mocked for. The start of my TS meant that I had something new that could be mocked. Unfortunately, this led to what I have now. Coprolalia isn't the worst symptom of Tourette syndrome, but it is a big one within the community. It's the most recognized and the most annoying. But it could also lead to some of the more funny moments. Fuck off, wanker. I hope this cleared it up for a little bit. Hope you guys are having a good day. I'm having a good day. I'll talk to you guys later. I'm hoping to do a video every day this week. So, yay. Okay. Bye.